I think we can all agree that watching the bubble this past season, especially from an NBA player's perspective, was probably one of the most mentally toughest experiences they had to experience as an actual NBA player. It was really different, right? No crowd and so many other things. And obviously they're kind of getting used to it. But we saw the Lakers triumph through all of that and actually win a chip. And the question is, can they do that again? What up, everybody? It's your boy Sub up in here. If y'all can go ahead and give this video a like, we're trying something a little bit different on the channel, but just having some fun talking some NBA. All I do is watch it. I want to talk a little bit about it with y'all. Now, we know that the NBA is debuting in a week or so, right? It's almost here. And what they're going to be doing is something a little bit different than what we saw in the bubble. Is we're going to be actually playing in different arenas. Here you can see the LA Lakers are playing Phoenix in Phoenix. Right? Some NBA arenas are going to have crowds, some are not. I'm in Chicago. Unfortunately, I don't think my team is going to have a crowd, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Vaccine, all that type of stuff. We'll see if things change in the future. But it's going to be a little bit different. But what we're talking about today is this LA Lakers team, right? Because you saw that they won the chip, and everybody is saying, you know, they are the favorites to win. A lot of people are starting to say that now, right? Prior, it was the Clippers and things like that, the Bucks. LA was there, but it wasn't like definite that this team was going to get it done. But a lot of people are saying that this is the year where LA they got it in the bank. Of course, some people are saying that ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? Look at, people saying the Bucks are going to be doing well. They got Jrue Holiday, etc. People are saying the Clippers still got it. They needed a year to kind of get it together, and Ibaka is a huge win for them. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's always going to be different opinions. But what I want to shed some light in is not in regards to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? It's not in regards to those two players. And by the way, I think Phoenix is going to have a nasty season this year. We saw what they did in the bubble. Let's just give them some respect. With CP3, Jay Crowder, Aiden, going to be playing a lot more games. Look at Tucker, man. They're going to be making the playoffs. But I don't want to focus the majority of this NBA discussion on LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They're going to get theirs. They're going to get theirs. You know what I'm saying? They played the Phoenix Suns, as you can see here, and LeBron James had himself 11 points, and he could still score whenever, dog, in 14 minutes. Anthony Davis had 10 points in about 17 minutes as well. Right? They combined for like 20-something, but, they barely played, and, LeBron was a little bit tired. But that's totally cool. This video ain't about LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron is going to do his thing. If you watch JJ Redick's podcast, he interviewed CP3 recently, and they kind of talked about how CP3 was pretty much saying, like, relax, dog. Like, LeBron ain't going nowhere. Like, look at my man. He still got it in the bag. Like, it's just been a month, fam. What I want to talk about is two people that a lot of people really are not talking about that are a part of the Lakers organization. And I honestly think that they are really going to make a huge impact. And not only do I think that they have the potential to make a huge impact for the squad, but there's actually a chance that not only can they, two-peat, but with these two players, especially if they start to grow, a three-peat is possible, fam. Yeah, I said it, right? And this is a Bulls fan speaking. The Los Angeles Lakers have two players, and I'm gonna start with the one that may not be as obvious. I mean, that may be a little bit more obvious, and then I'll kind of get to another horse that is just blowing up, and I'm sure we all know who they are. Number one, Kyle Kuzma, fam. Kyle Kuzma started at the shooting guard yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He started at the shooting guard. It's a little bit different, right? Because the shooting guard typically used to be, Danny Green, maybe Avery Bradley at times, type of thing. But it was Kuzma yesterday. Point guard was not LeBron. It was Schroeder. Right, and we know he's going to get his. And we know Harrell, he's going to get his. These two additions. And Marc Gasol's a veteran. He's going to get his. You know what I'm saying? I don't think those are the dark horses that people don't really talk about. Kuzma is, though. Because Kuzma was criticized upon more than most players in the NBA during the bubble. Right? Because for someone who showed so much promise prior to LeBron arriving, we all thought that Kuzma was going to be that third go-to guy. And he did have some games, but there was a lot of games. I mean, we all saw it. I don't even want to show you the footage, dog. Like, we seen it. He wasn't really doing what we thought he could do. But yo, if you've been watching the preseason, my man Kuz he been doing well. Low key, dog. Kuz low key been showing up during the preseason. He had a good 23 points yesterday. And it may be a mental thing that he's starting, right? Maybe that he's starting, it's kind of showing up in his favor. But look, my man Kuz, yo, look at that. You see that? Like, I think Kuz, he's going to have a big year this year because he knows, like, he got that chip off his shoulder. Like, he's a champion. And the pressure, of course, is going to still be there. But I don't know, man. I kind of got to give... We saw Kuz get a 40-point game before LeBron came. So he's scoring. You can see right here. You know what I'm saying? I think if his confidence starts to grow, and now you don't got a Danny Green and other shooters on the team, I think Kuz is going to have a bigger role this season. Potentially even a starter if Wesley's coming off the bench. And I gotta go with Kuz as one of the dark horses this season, as somebody who's going to potentially be a big asset to this squad. Somebody who a lot of us aren't thinking about. Look at my man. He's going off right now. And number two is my man. And we've been seeing this guy go off. THT, bro. Talen Horton-Tucker, dog. Yo, 30-point preseason game. And then yesterday he got 18 points. Yo, this dude is literally somebody who ain't nobody was talking about until he debuted in the bubble. And everybody's like, yo, who's this dude? And now you see his game is even elevating. Yo, LeBron James is going to get his, but when he comes off the bench, who's going to help? Who's going to, like, kind of, alleviate some of the workload he has to do? A small forward like THT. And I think those two players, if Kuzma can go off, potentially as a starter, and you look at that duo right there, THT can come off the bench and get his, bro. I think that's going to be so helpful for the Lakers. It's going to get LeBron a lot more rest. You know what I'm saying? Because they made that rule that they get more rest now. And I think that's just going to ultimately help them in the playoff time. I think the Lakers, in my honest opinion, are the favorites to win this season. But I want to hear from y'all. I got to give a shout out to Alfonso McKinney. I know he's on the squad too. And I know he can shoot that rock. And I know he can play some defense too. Don't sleep on him either. But I want to hear from y'all, everybody. Are the Lakers the favorites to win it? If not, let me know who you think is. I'm excited to chat with y'all in the comments. Like this video. And I'll see y'all soon, man. Peace.